What's up, everyone? This is your boy Showtime Doctor. So this is my test server account. We're actually doing Simona pulls later on today. I wanted to go ahead and get into shard farming and star levels. If you missed the episode of Show Dojo, we had 16-bit Bear on, and there was an interesting conversation between him and Dotato, all of us really, but on the accelerated pace of the server versus the amount of shards that we can farm. And they made a good point where they were saying that a lot of the characters, even the really good characters in the game, most of them, they get some type of market improvement by the time they hit 3-star, right? So in this case with Simona, you get the 3-star, all of a sudden her armor's proccing whenever she is dying, which is a great effect, not necessarily an amazing top tier effect, but for PvP, could be really awesome. And then when you get the 5-star, you usually get some type of additional bonus. Attack and defense are additionally increased by 10%. Immune to attribute debuffs. Lula will starts off with this. When she gets the 3-star, she starts getting bonus crit when attacking from a highland position. All skill cooldown reduction. And there's lots of characters that get these bonuses. So in the future, we're gonna have characters like a Guste and Coco, to name another, where they're amazing characters, but they start being amazing once they hit 4 and 5-star. Now, the farm rate that we have currently, once you get to max, is you take 3 characters in, you get 3 shards a day. So another example here, Cole. When she gets to 3-star, her cooldown on her extra turn from side or behind kills goes down to 2 turns. Which is very good considering old 3 turns. You got to get her all the way to 5-star if you want the 1 turn. Since we have this accelerated pace where they're giving us more and more content and we get up to 6 characters a month, it's actually really hard because they've improved the yield of resources for pretty much everything except for character shards. So we're making the case here that we need either an event or some way where maybe we can fit in 5 characters into the dungeon to accelerate the process enough. Once we get to Tower of Adversity, last time it came out on the Taiwan and Chinese servers, little bit around the year mark. And now we're thinking, man, it might actually be sometime right after like 6 to 9 months. And there's no way we're going to be ready to... I mean, we'll be ready enough to hit, like, the first dungeon. For those who don't know, that dungeon has 3 levels. And currently on China, first level's fine. Pretty much everyone can do it. Second level is the free-to-play wall that everyone's struggling with. And the third level is whale-only territory, to which a lot of creators, such as myself, A Magic Joe, Dotato, a lot of us have stated that part of the goals of our channels are we want to get free to play past that level 2 barrier and get into the third. Because the thing that keeps people from doing the third dungeon is essentially stat checks. You just get 1 shot or 2 shots so much, and it's not one of these things to where it's like regular tower where you can just kite everything or you can cheese everything. These guys are sending like 20 and 30 units at you in some cases, or unlimited ads, or the actual boss is untargetable, but you got to keep sustained DPS up to kill off all of his minions, and that does damage to him. So another example here, Inanna, once she gets to level 3, her heal at the end of the turn goes from 1 to 2 allies, which is currently what I'm going for right now. And then at 5-star, her little minion that she has, Princess Guard, attack and defense increased by 15%, and you can now summon it 2 additional times. So if you have that skill already, it already has 2, so you'll be able to summon it 4 additional times. Crucial for in-game content because Princess Guard can keep your squishies up for that much longer. And once you're out, you're out. So 4 versus 2. And a tankier Princess Guard obviously makes it a lot better. So you see that with a lot of characters in here. Gloria is another great example. When you start off, this is what she gets. Great skills, but then 3-star, her movement goes up by 2. May not sound like a lot, actually is, because she becomes a destructive force. And then 5-star, that's when she gets ignore 50% of target defense, which makes her a freaking walking monster. Now, you can imagine this with a lot of the DPS characters, such as Alexi. For those who don't know, he gains unlimited resolve. So essentially, killing him actually takes a turn longer, and he cannot be blocked on that. You get the 3 stars, now he has toughness, he's ignoring the effects of dying and injury. So those normally reduce your stats by a certain percentage. Well, he's just ignoring that. So now when people are attacking him, he's countering harder. If he has life still, he's hitting harder. And he also gets 2 turns for his effect of being unkillable rather than a turn. This guy, 5 stars a monster, 3-star gets markedly better. People like Auguste, people like Nungal, all your DPS and support carries get significantly stronger when they get to 5-star and 3-star. Some characters, even though they're tier 0, they actually go down a little bit when you don't have them at max, and the amount of effort it takes to skill them up to max is actually a deterrent, especially considering farm rates.
An interesting topic came up, Doe brings it up, about the memory shards and the accelerated content. And if we're getting this faster content, could the devs adjust the amount of memory shards we get so that it doesn't take 100 days to go from star 1 to star 5 when we're in this rush schedule? And I think it's a great point, Doe. All the credit to you on this one.
Yeah, I think it'll be great. Like it doesn't, like for example, if we can just like do 5 characters at once for 100 days, that's much better than like 3 characters at once every 100 days. Because we're getting about like what 6 new characters a month.
Yeah, with the accelerated pace that they're moving the game, that would actually make sense, especially right now. At least the first, I don't know how long it's going to be, 6-9 months. That would be really nice.
Or even if it's like just an event, maybe they can't do it on the daily, whatever card thing it is, but just an event maybe once a month where it's like, hey, take your top 3, top 5, however many makes sense, and there's a way to get enough shards to do a star level or 2-star levels, just to kind of to catch that up, something unique like that.
Yeah, because like I appreciate all the resource upgrade, like all the resources that we're getting because of the accelerated schedule, but at the very same time with the memory shards, it's like it's really like it's done nothing.
Yeah.
Like they've done nothing with it.
Well, and after your tier list, I think hopefully a lot of people become educated on there's some, meta units that are amazing, but they're only amazing at 5 stars. Coco stands out to me.
Yeah.
And so if you can't accelerate their growth along with the schedule, I think you can get to people that pull these units and spend a lot of that hope luxite and are left wanting because they're just not as effective as they need to be.
Yeah. Another unit that I can think of is actually August. Because if you see like different tier lists that I had, like August in the cost investment requirement tier list, like he went down from tier 0 to tier 1.5 because he was expensive. Because I've spoken to some other players in the TW server. It's like you want August at 4-star.
Yeah,
for him.
That's gonna take a minute.
Yeah, for him to do anything decent. So it's like 4-star is gonna take a long time, and I think increasing the memory shards income daily would also encourage people to actually pull units they won't normally pull.
Yeah,
just there's a chance they can actually use them optimally.
The whole taking 100 days assumes that you're at one of the higher difficulty rankings on the memory of trial too. Your first few levels, you're not getting the 3 for 3 characters, right? It takes a minute to get to that stage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the farm rate in general for just about everything after you get that extra bonus and that first time bonus, I gotta say, it doesn't feel good.
The final dimension is usage cost. If I had to weigh the 4 scores, I'd probably rank usage cost as the most important. The reason is simple. Taking a character from 1 star to 5 star takes about 3.5 months, and in that time, 7 new characters will be released. By the time your character is maxed out, who knows if they'll still be strong in the current meta. The first factor in determining the cost score is how many stars are needed to unlock all of the character's mechanisms. The second factor is the cost of engravings. While talent can be improved over time, maxing out engraving attributes requires millions of currencies. Finally, we consider whether the character has useful mechanisms at low star levels or if they are only viable at 5 stars. Based on these criteria, characters scoring 10 to 9 points are perfect right out of the gate at 1 star. Characters in the 8 to 7 point range unlock all their mechanisms by 3 stars. Those scoring 6 to 5 points need 4 stars to be fully effective. Characters in the 4 to 3 point range are usable even below 5 stars. And those scoring 2 to 1 points have significant power spikes only at 5 stars. Let's look at the results. 2 characters scored 10 points. Edda and Samantha both have complete mechanisms at 1 star. Edda's wine barrel, box, and AoE buff don't require stars or stats, while Samantha as a healer isn't very stat dependent, just give her energy and her teammates won't die. Inanna's got an almost complete access to her key mechanics at 1 star. Not being able to summon her guard more than once at 1 star put her in the 3rd place. The 9-point tier is the most crowded across all 4 dimensions, featuring 10 characters, most of whom are launch characters. It's clear the developers were kind to these older characters, as most of them unlock all their mechanisms at 1 star. As a result, they're usually ranked lower in priority for farming shards. The 8 to 6 point tiers include characters who unlock all important mechanisms at 3 stars, although they do get stronger at higher stars. Characters more reliant on stats score lower, while those with countermeasures score higher. The 5 to 3 point tiers consist of characters with high stat requirements. For example, Nungal and August need 5 stars to unlock key mechanics, just like Homa's energy steal and Akambe's energy pressure. Coco also shines at 5 star. While 5-star characters experience a transformation, they still offer decent combat power before reaching that level. Finally, in the 2-point and lower tiers, we have characters like Karis, who sees significant improvement at 5 stars, along with Alexei and Iggy, who also spike at 5 stars. They have high damage potential, but very few players have the patience to farm them to that level.
So in conclusion, I just wanted to say I'm going to officially talk to XD and try to get them to give us something, whether it's 5 characters per day versus 3 that get 3 shards, or if we can at least get some type of event for as long as this acceleration is going on, that we can accelerate our memory shard farming, because it's going to be really rough otherwise. We're just going to have a couple built up characters by the time the true end game hits. So let me know what characters you're working on, what characters you're preparing. Do you find it hard to invest in some of these characters that they do pay off eventually, but it's going to take 100+ days, assuming you're even at the max farm rate right now? Let me know what you think in the comments. And yo, I'm Showtime Doctor, Showtime DR. You found my YouTube. Hit like and subscribe for the content. Be looking for another video today. I'm going to do announce the contest winner and do a Simona pool video. All right. Catch y'all later. Peace.